So I wanted to show you a different way of working out these problems. A different way of working out would be setting up an equation instead of a proportion. To set up an equation, you need to be able to translate every word into either a symbol or a number. So let's look at the first one. What number is 20% of 625? We can translate all of this into an equation. So what number? I don't know what number. I'm going to use a variable. I'm going to use x. You can use y, you can use w, you can use n. Doesn't really matter, but you're using a letter to represent that you don't know what the number is. So what number, x, is means equals. What number is 20% of 625? 20% I can write as a decimal, which would be 0.20. You don't really need the 0 at the end. It could just be 0.2. Of means multiplied. I'm going to use parentheses. 20% of, which means multiply, that times 625. And when I multiply that, I will know the answer. Okay, pause the video and multiply that out now. Okay, did you get 125? X should equal 125. And what that means is 125 is 20% of 625. Okay, let's look at the next one and see if we can translate it. 12 is what percent of 30? So let's translate each part of this. 12 is equals. What percent? I don't know, so I'm going to put a variable. I can use x or p for percent. 12 is what percent of 30? And we know of means multiply. Again, I can use parentheses. So I know that 30 times x is going to equal 12. I don't know what this percent is. And if I want to find the answer, I have to undo what's being done here. I'm multiplying 30 times x. So to undo multiplication, you need to divide by 30. I'm dividing by 30 because I want to get the variable, the x, by itself. So to solve this, you need to divide 12 divided by 30. So 30 goes on the outside, 12 goes on the inside. Pause the video now and divide 12 divided by 30. You should have gotten 0.4, and you have to change this to a percent. We know to change a decimal to a percent, we move the decimal place 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So your percent is going to be 40%. See if you can translate this last one. Pause the video and try to translate it on your own. So you should have gotten what percent x of means multiply of 50 is equals 20. What will you do to get the x by itself? You're multiplying times 50. How do you undo multiplying? You divide. So to get this answer, you need to divide both sides by 50. $50 divided by 50 is 1. So to get your percent, you're going to need to divide 20 divided by 50. Pause the video and divide that now. Again, you should have gotten 0.4. And again, your answer is a decimal, but it asked you for a percent. So you need to move the decimal 2 places to the right, and it should be 40%. Try setting these two up as equations and seeing if you can solve and find the percent for these. When you're done, raise your hand and I will come and check your answer.